to the Drop Dad podcast. I'm one half of your hosting team, Troy Green, and with me as always, my brother in arms, Kevin Peterson. Kevin, how you doing today, buddy?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Let's do the beer, and then I want to talk about our ear monitoring, and I'm still trying to adjust to it.
Yeah, same here.
But I'm thirsty because I had to wait 6 hours for you to get here.
Yeah. Blame my wife.
Jugs, you hear that? It's your fault.
Yeah. How dare her work?
How dare her work and provide for your family? How dare her do that?
I said, I called, she called and was like, she's like, I'm on my way home. I'm like, oh, okay, good. Troy's asking. She goes, well, tell Troy that he doesn't pay the bills or something like that. And I was like, anyway, she wasn't actually mad. She was just like,
I am the other woman in your guys' relationship. I legitimately feel that way.
well, you tell Troy to make you dinner tonight.
I actually made dinner tonight on a Blackstone. I finally got a Blackstone, and I've been doing all the cooking.
Oh, the big.
Yeah. Like what we had with camping, what Jared was cooking on.
Yeah,
the griddle, 36-inch.
Wow.
Oh, man.
No, I won't want. Does it go over 2 burners?
It's actually 4 burners, but it's not on my oven. It's an independent
I see. Yeah.
grill. And I ended up with a smoker this week. So it was a good week for cooking in the greenhouse. But yeah, I'll show it to you after the podcast. It's badass, man.
Nice.
We cooked breakfast burritos on there. We did smash burgers tonight.
Nice.
It's just good food. But let's get into this beer.
All right. Here we go.
So I think this was the most dad beer I could find. It is from Draftworks, a company or a brewery in Missoula, Montana, and it's called That's What She Said.
Cream ale.
It's a cream ale.
Have you ever been to Draftworks?
I have not, and I saw it, and I'm like,
it's a great place. I've been there a couple times, and I've had this, and it's awesome.
Is it? This was a shot in the dark for me today.
Yeah, if you ever go to Missoula, check it out. When it's nice out, they have these huge garage doors that they'll open up, and then you can just meander in and out as you want. And I've gone there a few times, and they always are like super great, super nice. So
the one I always go to is where they do cold smoke. Oh gosh, it's gonna elude me now. The name of the brewery, Kettle House. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
I've been to Kettle House.
Kettle House is cool.
Yeah. Been to Bayern. That's small, but like it's like really, I don't know, kind of a nice little place.
That's way better than it should be.
Oh, it's really smooth. Yeah.
That I was not expecting it to be that good. That's what she said.
It's really good.
Maybe that's why they named it that.
Yeah. It's so creamy.
Ugh. So we're trying out some new technology, and Drop Dad gets to like pilot it. We're trying in-ear monitors, so you'll see that Kevin and I both have headphones, and it's kind of weird to hear myself talking through a microphone, not be able to hear myself talking, and then being able to hear you. But we figured we would make this adjustment because our last show with Kelsey, some of his audio, we we were listening to his audio through a sound bar, and every once in a while it would pick it up on the mics. So we figured this would be a good solution for being able to hear whoever we're interviewing, or if they're not here in the room with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that way we can, adjust and stuff like, oh, whoa, I can't hear so-and-so. So
yeah, doing the audio on that episode was rough because he was picking up on your mic, but his audio on that side was like super quiet. Like I had to crank him all the way up. It was nuts.
Yeah. This editing business is it's tricky.
It does. Since we've upgraded our equipment, it has become significantly, got the hiccups now, easier to edit all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we could have done another podcast the way that we were doing podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just no way.
Yeah, with single microphones that are for single people.
Just getting them leveled. Like I kind of wish that we would have filmed a documentary when we were doing the first season of Doom Vision, because most of the documentary would have just been me angry at the group of us, just angry the entire time. Get closer to your mic. Talk louder. Can you guys quit talking so I can balance these mics?
I know. I'm glad we didn't film it because it would just show you adjusting and be like, so Troy, what do you want to do? And you're like, hang on. Or adjust these mics real quick. Okay.
Well, and that was one of the big decisions behind bringing in like a director to do shit, because I would fall out of the game for a while
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that the audio sounded all good.
Mm-hmm.
And having all the control of that in the middle of a game, plus doing cameras and all that, just would have never been realistic. I would have been present in the game. So
That's kind of nice.
yeah, it's real nice. Kudos to our director Brandon he kills it though. He kills it with his cuts, and he's just gotten better with time. And we have my wife directing this one, and her edits or her cuts and camera shifts are just getting better with time.
Mm-hmm. I don't mean to. Sorry, I had another Kevin's curmudgeon corner. So you talk for a little bit while I pull up what I need for my curmudgeon.
Okay, I had a thought, but now it's eluding me. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. So over here in the corner we have Kevin's birthday presents. Kevin's birthday was a couple days ago.
Yep, on the 2nd, share a birthday with the Doom Vision podcast, the Doom Vision network. Just when we started recording, that was on my birthday last year. So,
yeah. And I'll give you your presents after the curmudgeon corner, but you have to open them in order.
Okay.
And I have been hyping this up for at least a week now, right? Like I've been like super.
I'm really excited. I don't usually expect people to get anything for me, so which is. So it's always a nice surprise.
I am like a giddy schoolgirl. Like I'm more excited for you to open these than I am for like presents on my birthday.
I told Jess, she's really good at getting gifts for people, and like just seeing things and then like saving them like 6 months ahead of time. And she found something for you for your birthday, and I was like, "Fuck yes!" So I already got that like planned. I just have to buy it.
So I'll have you know that this has been planned months in advance.
Hey, yeah, so is mine.
And I'm so excited. Do you want to do your curmudgeon corner, and then we can get to the birthday presentation?
Let's do it. This is going to make me seem old because I am. So here's my Kevin's curmudgeon corner.
Cue the lawnmower.
Yep. I want to talk about Gen Z slang and why I don't know what it means.
Okay. All right. So I actually saw something on Reddit about this the other day. It might have been today while I was cooking dinner. And it was like a bunch of millennials like talking about Gen Z slang. So I think this is perfect.
Well, it's really funny because like I saw this video of this lady and she's like, I'm 30 and I went to college late. And I had to dorm up with a bunch of like Gen Z people, like 18, 19 years old. And here's what I've discovered after living here for 2 weeks. And then she went through like all of the like slang that she picked up in 2 weeks. So some of these I do know because I just do. But some of these I don't. I pulled up a list of it's on Wikipedia, Gen Z slang.
Do you want to do it like a game? Like you try and quiz me and see if I know what they mean?
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in for it.
All right. Beat your face.
I mean, like when I was growing up, I was going to pop you in the face. Yeah.
Nope. It means to apply makeup to your face. Who knew?
Okay.
Let's see. Find.
Beat your face. I don't feel like that's something that I could say to my wife. Like if I wanted to help her apply makeup, honey, I'm going to beat your face. I figured like that'd be taken wrong in Walmart.
I can't. All right, I gotta say, bussy.
Bussy?
Yeah.
Like BUSSY?
Yeah. I knew what this was beforehand, just because my wife watches a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race.
So is it like a bitch and a pussy?
Nope. It stands for boy pussy, i.e., a man's anus. I knew I had to look this one up.
Okay.
Cap.
Not true or false.
Yeah, and you know where that comes from?
No.
I read that it is about your teeth, whether they're gold or not.
Oh, well, that would make sense. Did you look it up on Snopes?
No. Now I'm like, I need to look it up on fucking Snopes because I might be wrong. No, it's gonna be like, oh no, you're wearing a hat or not. Anyway. Oh, I like this one. This one makes me laugh. Catch these hands.
That's definitely a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
fighting
gonna catch
someone.
these hands.
Yeah.
That used to be. So we're both wrestling fans. That used to be a Braun Strowman thing. He
Oh.
would come out and like threaten
Oh,
other
is that
people.
where it came from, or is it an old term?
I have no idea where it came from,
Oh.
but he used to say like, "Y'all gonna catch these hands."
Oh, I like Braun Strowman. He's great. Drip.
Drip is like your jewelry, your clothes, how you're looking,
Mhm.
like how flashy you're
Trendy,
looking.
sexy style of fashion.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
I have a teenager. This is some of these.
Oh, my wife will appreciate this one. I oop.
I oop.
I oop. I know this one. I actually know this one.
I oop. Can you spell it?
I space oop. OOP.
Like fucked up, messed up.
Used to express shock, embarrassment, and or amusement. Originated from black drag queen Jasmine Masters in a 2015 YouTube video after she apparently hit her balls. She said, I oop. As she was like talking. Yeah, there's a lot of, yeah. It's giving.
It's
Like-
giving.
Like, it's giving ... Like, it's giving, and then they say something for that.
I have no idea.
So it describes the vibes or connotation of something. So like, oh, it's giving,
Oh, like I would have caught it if it was like vibe. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, it's giving, yeah, it's, yeah. Let's see, I'll do a couple more, just a couple. Lit was one that like I got it immediately because but I was just like, I'm never gonna use it, you know, because I'm like, well, it's cool. I'm not gonna say it's lit.
So back in my streaming days, when I was streaming to a younger audience, I used to say lit a lot. That's lit. But that's when I was 25, trying to be, 19.
I never liked when people said dead ass.
Like for real.
Yeah, why don't you just say
For real.
it's not that difficult.
I'm dead ass serious.
Like I'm really serious about this. Like
Dead ass.
oh, I didn't know this one. What? Sheesh.
Sheesh. So, okay. Like, how do I explain sheesh?
I have the definition.
I know. I'm trying to see if I can get to it. Oh man, like almost like wow, or I don't know.
To praise someone when they're doing something good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, like it's kind of like damn. Or
Oh,
something,
okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's probably
right?
better, right? But yeah, you have to say it with the inflection. It's not sheesh. It's sheesh.
I didn't even know that. Like
Yeah.
I read it as sheesh because I'm like sheesh.
Yeah.
You know, like ooh.
You got to say it with the inflection.
All right, how many more should I do?
Do a couple more.
Couple more.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know, and I still kind of don't know, but simp, like I still kind of get it, but not really.
Like obsessed with, falling over, major crush.
Yeah, being
give the
overly
chick-
affectionate.
Yeah,
in
your
pursuit,
credit card number, even though you should never.
in pursuit of a sexual relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, giving a chick your credit card number without ever getting laid.
Did you see that guy that was like, oh, my top fan gave me $10,000 for a meet and greet, and then like for like an OnlyFans or whatever, and then the woman was like with her real boyfriend and saying like, oh man, I'm really glad we're on vacation right now with like that guy's $10,000, and all he got was like a hug and a. Anyway,
Oh man.
I was like, I don't know what else you were expecting to get. Like,
Don't give money to women on the internet.
why would you? I think he thought he was gonna get like some kind of gratification or something. You
Like
know?
at least a HJ for 10 grand.
I was like,
come on.
go to Vegas if you're gonna go pick up like a sex worker.
It's
you know?
$500 allegedly.
Let's see. I actually use Vibe a lot.
Mhm.
But
Like the
Vibe check and vibing.
Yeah, the feeling.
Yeah. Wig.
Well, I guess like from our day, people used to like wig out or like freak out.
That's what I would think, but it's to do something so well as to make one's wig fly off.
Oh man.
Goated with the sauce.
So goated is like the greatest of all
Yeah.
time, and I would assume sauce is like how they dress, like another word for drip. So like somebody that's dressed really well.
To be a beast or baller.
I mean, close enough.
And that's it. I
Was bussin' on that list?
oh yeah, it was yeah.
So my kid says that all the time, and I think it's just like an exclamation for like really good or great.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
It
but-
was I was gonna say that one, but then Bussy caught my attention. I just couldn't help.
Your
Oh,
old boy
I've heard.
pussy.
Have you ever heard body count?
Yeah, that's how many people you slept with.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when I saw that, like, and the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't get it. But like in the video I watched, the guy was like, "Why are you asking me that?" And he got really serious, and he's like, "It's how many people you slept with." He's like, oh, okay. He thought it was like how many people I've murdered.
You might want to pull that guy in for questioning if he was that concerned about it.
Yeah. Oh, bang 30s.
I would assume that's like drinking a whole 30-pack of beer.
That's what I would think. To get in a physical altercation with someone in their 30s, I would assume.
If you're in your 30s and still fighting, like
Gen
good-
Zs are like hunting down us 30-year-olds. Like, we're gonna go bang up some 30-year-olds. You in?
fuck, man, like I would probably just turtle at this point. Like, just it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt if I hit you. It's gonna hurt if you hit me.
You're so much more agile than I am. Can't move anymore.
Oh,
All right. Well, that's my curmudgeon corner. There's so many terms that somebody says, and I'm like, what? You even speak? I like when they rewrite. They'll rewrite like historical books or like Harry Potter or something like that in like Gen Z speak.
oh.
Harry was dead ass. like, how do you even read this?
He sat on his broom too quick and hurt his bussy.
Oh God, not my bussy. Well, now you know.
Dead ass.
Now you know when Jess is going for your back door.
She's going
Stay
for.
away from my bussy.
I'm probably gonna say that. No cap. Stay away from my bussy. This is not bussin'.
No cap.
I am not going to be a part of your body count.
You know, I think I did. I think I just did a service to some people who did not know what some of these terms mean. Now,
I think you did too.
dads out there are going to be like, I know what that means. You. So when their teenager is like talking about their body count, they're going to be like, oh, I heard on that podcast.
Yeah, so you're welcome. This has
welcome.
been a public service announcement.
The more you know.
Do, 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 do. All right, you ready to get to these birthday presents?
Oh,
I am
sure.
so fucking excited for this.
I'm excited. I appreciate it.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it? I hope it's not what my brother. The same thing my brother got me, which was a blow up doll for my 21st birthday.
Oh, no.
It was a little person, but when you blew it up, it just looked like a child, and I had to throw that thing in the garbage because I was like, "This is not for. This is a funny joke for 21-year-old me, but this is not good to keep around."
Could you imagine, like, if your house ever got raided or anything, and they just found like a little person doll?
It's for perverts. Like it is for disgusting pedophiles. That's what that thing is for. Anyway, that's John for you though.
Yeah. And John's been on the show, and
You can write to John about. He's a jerk for getting me that.
you can, and you can also go back and watch movies and mental health and like it. So that's what I was going to talk about. Can we talk about that before we get to your presents?
Let's do it.
So I made a promise that I was going to give a fair shot to camping.
Mm-hmm.
And in the movies and mental health episode with John, I said 1,000 likes. So it is now on TikTok. It is now on YouTube Shorts, and
Mhm.
YouTube. So you have until June, whenever that camping weekend is, and you guys got a ways to go yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to see. Well, maybe we'll just keep reposting the same video over and over again.
Until everybody likes it. Excuse me. Jeez. I had broccoli too with dinner tonight. Caused me to burp. But that tasted like broccoli anyway. But anyway, I'm giving it a fair shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Otherwise, I'll just have to commit crime.
You stay away from my bussy. All right.
I know how to make chloroform.
Yeah, but you have to hold that over their mouths for like 5 minutes.
I know. It's not like the movies.
No, it's not. So you have to open these in order
Okay.
because they get progressively bigger.
That's what
She said.
she said.
Yeah. And I really hope you like it, but I guess we're gonna see.
Can't be any worse than a something that'll make it look like I'm a weirdo.
Nope, it's not gonna make you look like a weirdo.
Is it a chocolate bar? Okay.
Tell everybody what it is.
A Seco pad. It's a non-slip, safe, ecological pad. Oh, for when I fell.
Okay, you ready for your second gift?
Yeah, it's for when I fell in the shower and I almost died.
So here's your second gift.
Is it a shower seat?
I couldn't fit a shower seat in there.
It's a shower handle. You know, my kids will actually enjoy this because they're always like worried they're gonna slip. Probably because I always tell them. All right.
It's 16 inches too.
You know what's funny? That's what she said. Somebody I knew broke their microwave handle and got one of these to replace it.
Really?
Yeah. So they had this big handle on their microwave.
So I wanted you to be in this safe in the shower, and you don't have to tell that story, but I want you to open your last gift first.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So
Sounds good.
you have anti-slipping and a handle
I'm gonna live forever.
because I wanted you to be safe in the shower. All right. So here's the last one.
There was a thing on this about how 250,000 shower related injuries.
All right. Here's the last one.
All right.
It's a little heavier.
Oh boy. It's definitely a shower seat. So you can sit down. It's a shower seat.
It's a shower seat. Yeah. It's 100% a shower seat.
Oh my God. You know, I'm probably going to use this. Who doesn't want to sit down?
So we talked about this on an episode of Drop Dad that we cut. We never released it.
Mhm.
And I told you during that episode, I am going to buy you shower safety shit for your birthday.
I don't even remember.
and I after we recorded it, I went and put it in a cart in Amazon.
Oh God.
So I had
That's
it there.
so funny.
And then a couple weeks ago, I'm like, oh shit, I got to order Kevin his shit. So now you should never fall in the shower again.
That is great. I you know that had an effect on me because all right, I'm going to tell the story
Tell
again.
the story. Yeah.
So I was in the shower. This is going to be, I'm sure this has happened to everybody. Everybody falls. It just happens. But I was in the shower and I slipped and I fell outside of the shower. My legs were inside of the tub and the curtain and the inside and outside curtain were both on my head. And so the water's still hitting my legs, right? And I was kind of pinned between the tub and the wall because I have a really small bathroom. And I think it took me probably about 3 minutes to get out of that position. So it was just like my bare ass on the ground, feet like splashing, getting wet, and I'm just like, I can't get it. My neck was all contorted. I was in pain. I had like a bruise on my side from slipping and falling. And then there's there's the after fall confusion where you're like, I gotta put this curtain rod back up, and then you just can't do it because you're just like so out of it. Yeah, that sucked. And then I immediately texted Troy and I was like, Troy, I just fell in the shower and I gotta talk about it on our show.
Well, now we can be assured that you are safe in the shower. God, that story still makes me cry.
What if I fall like even with all this stuff? I'm like,
you don't even have to stand up in the shower anymore. You have your very own shower seat.
We always make the joke like on Doom Vision. I always talk about how if you're talking to an old lady and she's hitting on you or whatever, I'm always like, oh, you got a shower seat?
Now you do.
And now I do. Wow.
I hope I didn't build your expectations up too much.
You know what? My wife is gonna like this because then she can shave her legs and stuff.
Yeah,
really easy.
Yeah, it was meant completely as a joke gift, but I'm sure there's some practical applications.
I told Jess, I was like, we need to get anti-slip stuff for because like my kids have slipped in the bath, like they've slipped because there's extra soap on the bottom of the tub or whatever, and my youngest was really like worried for a long time because she slipped once, and she's like, Dad, I gotta be really careful because I slipped that one time, remember? And I'm like, yeah, you never forget. Like, you never forget when you fall.
Well, I'm glad we could get you a practical gift, but I've also been very excited about this for a really long time.
I'll send you some pictures of me using it.
Add that right to the spank bank.
Just me nude shaving my legs. Troy, this is a great gift. Thanks.
We're just getting ready for the Drop Dad calendar.
Yeah. I gotta make sure to wax my bikini zone.
Don't want any unsightly hairs.
Nope.
God. Oh.
Well, thanks, man. This is great. Yeah. I the older I get, the more I really like practical gifts. Like my mother-in-law, because she found out that I go camping every year, she got me a bunch of yard games. Like big,
that's awesome.
Big Yahtzee, big Connect 4, But she originally got me the big Yahtzee as like, oh, I just picked this up. I didn't know I was, because she buys like gifts in anticipation that she'll have to give them to somebody. So like she'll see like, oh, I got this at work or at her job or whatever where she works, and she gave it to me as like I don't know if you'll like it, but I didn't have anything else, so I had to give him something. And I was like, this is great. We played it. It was great. And then she was like, here's like 8 more games for you. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll take it.
That's awesome, man. Yard games, you can never go wrong. We get so little time in Montana to be outside that like we try to be outside every minute that we can. Yeah. So yard games are great. Love cornhole.
Yeah. I got cornhole. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do.
I got a whole lot of stuff.
You do, for sure.
Yeah, I always bring it everywhere. Always like load up everything I have whenever we go camping, which is why it's a really good time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I mean, it was fun. But now I can rest a little easier that my soulmate isn't going to eat shit in the shower and die.
One day you're going to fall and I'm going to be like, Troy, I got to buy you. You want to borrow my shower seat so you don't fucking eat shit and die?
Don't re-gift my gift to me.
It's just borrowing. I need it.
I'll just come over to your house and shower.
Yeah, Troy, hop in my shower.
So I was really worried because the handle wasn't supposed to come in as early as it did. So I thought I was going to I knew we had to record this and I wanted to make sure that I gave it to you on the podcast because I wanted you to tell that story again because it makes me laugh. And I was really worried that the handle wouldn't came in. And when I ordered it, I don't remember it being that big. And so when it got here, I went and picked it up and I'm like the box was like huge. And I'm like, what the hell did I order? And I opened it up and the first thing I saw was 16 inches. I'm like, I think I got the wrong package.
Wow. Yeah, I can use 2 hands. Grip it with 2 hands.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Hey, you're never too old to realize the importance of safety. I'm pretty sure my dad has some of these things and, because he, I wouldn't want him to slip in the shower. So,
yeah.
It's good.
So another thing I wanted to talk about today, or kind of ask you, and I think I know the answer, but I'm asking anyway. Do you ever get hyper fixated on a hobby?
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I find, so like the past 2 months, I've gone through like 3 or 4. So like I was hard on video games. I was buying a bunch of new games and doing horror games and shit like that. And then I decided one day that I wanted to start drawing again. And I talked to you about that and I drew some shit and I sent you a couple that were terrible. And now I've moved on to playing D&D with my kids and I want to do it all practical, not like on a screen or like on Roll20. So last night I actually was on the phone with Brandon for like an hour and sending him all the shit that I needed. So he's going to print it all out for me. Now I have to paint it all.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah. But I find myself getting hyper fixated on some hobby. And then I pour hundreds of dollars into it. And then I forget about it.
Yeah, I think that's like, you're like trying to find something to stick that sticks, D&D is always a good one because, like, if you've played it for years, like, I mean, I played it since 2017, and I don't really picture, like, I'll have lulls where, like, I'm not playing, but at some point I'm playing some kind of RPG or whatever. Even if it's not D&D, I'm just doing something. So, that's always a good one. And then there, everybody has their hobbies. At least it's not like drugs.
That's true. Drugs would probably be cheaper at this point, though. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. Probably. Could do drugs for way cheaper.
Like, honey, I could develop a really bad cocaine habit and still spend less money than I do on Dungeons and Dragons. Did you see the face she just made? She's like, yeah, you're probably right. You probably
She's
could.
like, you know what? We should probably do that.
It'd be a lot cheaper. No. So what was it? Might have been 2 weeks ago now. I did the first game with my kids, and I had them all get like little minis, and I had an old monitor that I just like laid flat and put the map on it so that they could do it, and they fucking loved it, man. And they were begging me to do a campaign, and I'm like, listen, guys, like, campaigns are a lot of work. Doing one shots, we can do one shots every week when you come home. Campaigns, like, you're not going to battle every time. You're going to have to do other stuff. And they were all about it. They got their characters picked out. And then I was reading this campaign, and in the first chapter, in the first 5 pages, there's 4 separate encounters. I'm like, well, I'm full of shit, so I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have like an episode where you're just shopping.
Yeah.
Shopping episode.
Shopping or getting scrimshaws.
Yeah, like in our old game.
Yeah.
I played with my kids as well because you kind of inspired me with your D&D. And I've talked to my kids about playing it, and I was just waiting for my youngest to get old enough. And she's at the point where she's like attempting to read things because she's 5. So she's actually like, she'll read stuff on the TV, which is great. And she's pretty good at math too. Like, so I was like, she might be able to figure it out. The earlier, the better. So we just did a little, I had the Essentials kit. I just had it and I never played it. And it has like a little tiny mini adventure in there. And I was like, screw it. We'll just play it. And we played it on Sunday, on my birthday actually. And, they had fun. Like they were kind of like a little argumentative at first, we're like, I'm trying to talk, cause it's a 9-year-old, almost 10-year-old and a 5-year-old. But I was like, okay, when I'm holding my ears like this, it means that you guys are listening. It doesn't mean you guys are talking. And then my 5-year-old was trying to tell me like, oh, I actually found this thing. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, you didn't find anything. I tell you what you find. You don't tell me that you found. She's like, I found a key and I found the chest it goes to, and inside is 1,000 gold. And I was like, no, it's not.
Oh, she pulling the old Trent on you.
Yeah, she's like, well, why can't I just find 1,000 gold?
I was going to ask you about that because I had Avery play, and Avery and Evie are each other's spirit animals. I was wondering how long did you guys play, and how long did Evie's attention hold?
It held for the whole thing, and
Really?
it was about an hour and a half-ish, maybe 2 hours. And basically, I just had to be really like animated, to keep her attention. And like I threw in a combat in there and stuff. And I was like, okay, so on your sheet right here where it says I want to attack or whatever. So you're going to roll a d20, and then you're going to add this number and this number together. And so I was like, okay, so roll a d20. And I was like, what's that? And she's like, 15. And I was like, okay, now add this number. And she goes, 17. And I go, now add this number. And she goes, 19. I go, so you had a 19 to see if you can hit. And then I was like, now you roll damage because you hit. And so just walking it through step by step. And then every time she'd kind of drift, like she wouldn't like run off or anything. She was just always like, I want to turn into a unicorn, because she's a druid.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, I was like, yeah, you're going to get to do that. Like next level, you're going to be able to change into stuff. I'm probably just going to let her do whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you're going to get to change into unicorn or whatever. It's fine.
So
Juice is mad at me
yeah.
because I wouldn't let her change into whatever she wanted on our game.
She's 5. Calm down.
Yeah. I was like, it's fine. You could be a unicorn.
Yeah.
Well,
So our game ended up at like it was about 3-4 hours. So it was like set in the same world, Icewind Dale, Ram the Frost Maiden.
Mhm.
And it was a one shot, but I like drug it out. Like I didn't give them any, I didn't like walk them through. I made them make their choices. And Avery, she was the only character in our party that picked an evil alignment. And I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Oh.
So I remember a couple episodes I was talking about she's going to be president and she's going to run a prison gang. Now I'm a little bit more concerned that she's going to be in a prison gang. And she was also a gnome. So in Icewind Dale, it's just all snow. So like she couldn't see over the snow, so she had to sit on somebody's shoulders. She got a kick out of that. And then she loved rolling the dice, but combat's where I lost her.
Oh yeah.
She was done and Jess ended up finishing. But it was a long game, like 4 hours. We did character setup the same day. So that's a lot of D&D for a 6-year-old.
Yeah. I just did some pre-generated characters, and then I transferred them onto like their kid-friendly character sheets I found. And yeah, the combat was like, I was trying to keep it as simple as possible. I just had them fighting some giant rats, you know. And 2 hours was like perfect. Then I was like, okay, well, we're gonna stop there, and they're like, okay, cool. And they were like, that was really fun. Let's play it again next week. So like it was like kind of like, I think 2 hours is like right around the sweet spot where they're like, you know, they're not like bored or whatever. I'm sure it'll go longer, but you know, as they get older and they play more and stuff, they'll just start picking it up and
Yeah.
it'll be easier and more fun and stuff. So
I made Jackson cry.
oh yeah.
He was stuck in a dungeon and couldn't get out because you had to roll a dex save or a dexterity. No, acrobatics to get out.
Yeah.
And he could not hit it. And there were 2 wolves that were trapped by Entangle. And so I was rolling to get them out of Entangle.
Oh.
And they finally broke free and he rolled and failed and lost it.
Oh God.
It's like, dude, calm down. It's just a game. Taking after your stepmom, just crying at everything.
Did you kids name their characters anything funny?
So I had Fury was Jackson's. Oh gosh, I'm gonna forget the rest of them. Do you remember? Sarah was Avery. They weren't funny. They were like Jude and Tucker named them something like world appropriate, I would say.
Mm-hmm. My youngest named hers Pink Heart.
Oh yeah, she told me that. Yeah.
And then my oldest named hers first name Poe, last name Tato.
That's great.
Tato.
That's a great name.
That my oldest loves potatoes, so she's always just talking about like, I love potatoes. Or is tonight a potato night? Like, are we having mashed potatoes? Or are we having like fries? Or are we having like waffle fries? Or what? Like, she just is obsessed with potatoes. So she's just like, so now she names all of her, like, she'll be playing like, I don't know, like Minecraft or whatever, and be like, oh, potato, whatever. So,
well, I mean, there's worse things that she could be into.
yeah, drugs.
We
also went and saw the D&D movie.
Yeah, you guys did. How was it?
That was a blast. That was really fun, and it was great because like, if you ever play this hobby, if you ever play D&D, you're gonna love it, and if you don't play it, you'll still love the movie. But when you watch it as like a player or whatever, it's like really cool to be like, oh shit, like I recognize that location, I recognize that monster, or like you know, like they'll have like random failures that'll happen. They'll be like, oh, that didn't work, like, and you're like, oh, they must have rolled a natural one.
Is that how they put the script together? Did they roll? For the script?
I don't know. Maybe they might have. I don't know.
That'd have been pretty cool.
I know that they had all the actors play like a session or a couple sessions of D&D so they could get like understand it.
Yeah.
So like Chris Pine was like rolling dice and he was like, "This is great. I didn't know it was this cool."
Yeah.
It was just acting, just improv.
Yeah. I mean, that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself being very animated as well for my kids. Very Matt Mercer-esque, you know. Lots of faces.
Yeah, you're
lots
in
of voices. Yeah.
I was doing all the voices, and my daughter was like, "What are you doing?" And I just like ignored her. I was like, "I'm in it. You need to get in it.
Play your damn character."
So then she actually started doing it. Like she was in character asking me my NPC a question. So it's really cool when your kids actually like aren't like, oh, that's cringe or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's another Gen Z thing.
Oh, cringe. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cringe.
Well, no, maybe we'll have Claire come over when we start running our campaign, and she can hop in. I'll just level her a character to wherever the rest of the group is at. And
I'm sure she'd like that.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
right on. So since we're kind of on this Gen Z thing, and is that what they are now? Gen Z, Zillennials.
They were calling them Generation Zoom because they were all on Zoom meetings for school and stuff. But yeah, it's Gen Z, I think.
So we got asked a question on Discord that I think we should address. What was the last CD you played in a car?
Oh God, we did. We got that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
yeah. I'm 98% sure. If I made that up on the spot, I am impressed with myself. But I am 98% sure that we got that question. Last time you played a CD in a car, but we can go last CD in the car too.
Probably when oh man, that would have been, oh my God, it's 10 years.
Yeah.
It's 10 years for me.
Yeah, I buy it. I'm trying to think the last car that I owned with a CD player in it.
So, I owned a very luxurious car once. I should not have bought it, because it was a very fancy car that you could not get parts for. And
Like, how fancy we talking?
it was a Kia Amante. It had something, I think it had like a 3-disc changer in it.
Ooh.
Lumbar support.
Ooh.
It had like leather seats, all black. It was a really fancy, like, luxury car. I got it because the dealer got it as like it had some hail damage, so the insurance company called it a total loss or whatever, and so he sold it to me for cheap because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaper than normal. I really liked the car.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it until I didn't, and it's like didn't work out. But anyway, that's probably the last car I played a CD in.
Okay. I think, man, you think I would have prepared something since I knew I was going to ask the question. The last truck that I had before this one was a 2011 Dodge Ram, and I think it was 2011. I want to say it was 2011. Anyway, it came with a CD player, but what I did is I pulled out the CD player and put in a DVD player into it. And then I did like a bypass switch. So like you didn't have to have the parking brake on, because that's like a switch you had to have. You had the parking brake on to have the DVD player working. But it would also like stream things from an iPod. Like this is first when like iPods were starting to get videos and stuff. So I would like legally acquire TV series and just pump it through there and watch it. But I think that was probably the last time I had a vehicle with a CD player.
Yeah. 10 something years ago or so.
God, that's crazy. It doesn't feel like that long ago.
Yeah, CDs are not like records are more like what people buy now because they have like more value or whatever. They're bigger and they come with like stuff in them, and like we own records and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't ever want to buy a CD because,
I don't even want to buy CDs for software. What's the last computer you owned with a CD player in it?
I have one.
Do you?
Yeah.
My big computer has a disc changer in there, or not a changer, but like a disc drive.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like if you get software, you can't load it up if you don't have a CD.
Well, everything's USB now, though, man.
Yeah. You can load anything onto a USB and pop it in.
I have used that drive on my computer one time, and that was to put the operating system on, and then I was done.
I'd never used it. This was a computer I bought for school, and it was a desktop, and I still own it, and I never had to use it because all the software I got was just downloaded from the internet. So,
Kids these days have it so easy, man. Like literally anything you want, you can just go on the internet and download it. Like when it
Mhm.
comes to like software
Mhm.
or anything, Amazon.
Movies, you don't
Yeah,
have to go to Blockbuster. You don't have to go anywhere to go rent a DVD or a tape.
yeah. But some of those stores I miss. Like you remember Hastings?
Oh yeah, I love
I
Hastings.
fucking loved
I was
Hastings,
really
man.
sad when they went out of business.
Yeah, me too.
Because I would go in there and I would get a coffee and I would just walk around and look at all the nerdy shit and like
Hmm.
buy some of the stuff too. Now every time I go to Missoula, I always go to like Barnes and Noble
Yeah,
and do the same thing,
yeah,
but for books. Um, but like I kind of miss Hastings.
yeah. And like growing up, like Hastings was an event, right? So like we rarely went to Blockbuster growing up. It was always Hastings, and
Mhm.
which I very much prefer because you go in there, you can look at music. Back when there were CDs, you
Mhm.
know, then you could go. Parents would let us each rent a movie, so we'd rent a movie, and then go through the books, go through all like the fucking action figures, and towards the end there, they had T-shirts and like board games and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fucking miss that store.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. I would always find some like like gem, like a
Mhm.
movie. Like when I first moved here, it's the first time I lived in a town with a Hastings because I lived in small towns,
Mhm.
and so I couldn't like go to Hastings often when I was younger. But when I first moved here, I was always in there like looking for like a cool movie. I was really into foreign films, so
Mhm.
I'd watch like these awesome martial arts movies or whatever. And so I'd always find like a good one in there, and I'd be like, sweet, I'm gonna bring this home and watch it immediately. Um, so now
Do-
I just go on like Apple TV and I'll just rent something or whatever.
yeah, it so the one thing that does upset me about the access that we have now to all this stuff though is that every company has their own streaming platform and they're
Mhm.
all subscription based, right? So like, Netflix was cool. I remember ordering DVDs from Netflix
Mhm. Yeah.
before it was a streaming service.
Hmm.
But now if I want to watch a movie, I have to go pay a monthly subscription. Like if I want to watch Jackass, I have to go to Paramount. If I want to
Hmm.
watch, Avatar when it comes out, I have to go to Disney Plus. It it's cool that we have access. It just sucks that
Yeah.
you know
When you
what's
total all of it up, it's like pretty much like cable almost.
yeah, and somebody's gonna figure it out, man. Somebody's gonna work with all those companies and be like, hey, I'm gonna bundle all your shit and we're gonna charge a flat rate, and it's just gonna be like fucking cable all over again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be called like TV Box, and you get that TV Box app.
Get the TV, which would be nice, man. I would like to have.
Hulu's doing that. Like they'll have like Stars bundled in,
Mhm.
HBO and shit.
Well,
So,
HBO and Discovery just merged, so
yeah.
those two apps are coming together, and like, I guess Disney's done that to an extent too with like Marvel and George Lucas Studios,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and they have somebody else. They have like 20th Century
Yeah, they have
Fox.
Fox. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. They bought Fox as well. They have like this crazy monopoly on all that stuff.
yeah, which is nice because it's all in one place. You're only paying one subscription, but
Hmm.
then how long before they jack the price up? The one bundle that I do like is the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus because I watch hockey.
Hmm.
We watch TV shows. The kids love Disney, so that one's kind of cool. That it's a flat rate for all three of those services.
Hmm. Yeah. One thing that's nice is like versus cable is like, remember when cable you'd be like locked into a year contract or whatever. And
Yeah.
now it's like if I want to watch something, I'll get like a free week and then I'll watch the thing and then I'll cancel. Like,
Oh, I do that
yeah,
all
I
the
do that
time.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find like a movie on Shutter and then I'll sign up and then I'll cancel.
And I got 15 million emails that I can
Yeah,
use.
yeah,
So
I know. My wife's like, I got 10 emails. Let's just keep going if we need them.
yeah,
You know?
I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of our kids was it that was complaining about commercials the other day? Do you remember this? We were watching something on Hulu and I'm somewhat cheap, so I got the no, it was the Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl is when it happened. Um, it was Avery. It was Avery who was complaining about the commercials, but we were watching the Super Bowl and she was sitting next to me and she could not get over commercials. She's like, why don't you skip it? I'm like, you can't skip it. This is live TV.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck. And she's like, well, this is boring. I want to watch the game. Girl, back in my day, we used to run to the bathroom, make popcorn, get drinks, and we all tried to do that before the commercial was over.
You'd run back and be like,
what did I miss? What did I miss?
What did I miss?
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids always complain about ads. Oh, ads. Oh, I'm like, welcome to commercials. Welcome to capitalism. Whatever.
Well, and like all their shit on YouTube now has ads and stuff like that too, but everything you can skip. Could you imagine if we had that authority or that power in our day?
Yeah, I remember when like TiVo came out. It was like you can just record shit and then forward through it. Like that's insane. I don't even know if they do TiVo anymore.
I think they still have like DVRs for like people that still have Dish or DirecTV or cable. I don't know. Right into us. I don't have cable. You don't have cable either, right? I haven't had cable in, I don't even remember when. Probably 10 years.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, and they would like jack up the price, and then you'd get like this surprise bill, and you're like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
I didn't order all those pay-per-views."
And they always try to get you to bundle their shit too.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to save some money if you go ahead and get the phone contract with it.
Oh, they still do that. If you go to sign up for internet or whatever, like if you move, they'll always just be like, "So you want that landline?" Or I'm like, no.
Yeah, our internet company tried to get us for cable box and a mobile plan.
Oh, well.
I'm like, no, I don't.
Good.
I don't.
You're a dying breed. Do something better with your internet.
Yeah,
that's what you should focus all of it on.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way of the future.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to. So somebody on our YouTube commented something about me wearing slippers and how I should, be more relaxed or something like that. So I am wearing slippers today. And I was like, you know what? That's a really good idea. I think I'm just going to wear a slipper. Eventually, I'm just going to be downgrading all until I'm wearing like a potato sack and slippers. And
your daughter would love it.
Yeah.
Should we do like the smoking jackets and slippers and a pipe?
Yeah, like a red silk, like, welcome to our lounge.
What's that? Matching onesies, you say?
Oh, man, I would wear that.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
I got to find some company that makes them in super giant human.
Have you ever seen my shark onesie?
I don't know. Have I?
I don't know, but I have a me-size shark onesie.
I know Trent has a onesie or two that I've seen him in.
Doesn't he have a unicorn onesie?
I know he has a sock monkey one.
Oh, sock monkey. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That was I remember he wore that for Halloween. And he just didn't wear shoes with it. And we had to walk a long distance. He's like, my feet hurt.
Well,
like,
duh.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's funny.
Oh, that guy.
It's hard to find shit my size sometimes.
Well, you're a tall human.
Yeah. I've always had a hard time with finding things. Or it was harder when I was younger, but now it's easier because I go to anything online and I can just order stuff. So, but yeah, it's hard to find stuff in your size sometimes, especially like shoes.
Well, what size shoe are you?
14 wide, like quadruple E.
Okay, so WrestleMania this past weekend was did you see like the tail of the tape with Omos?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So like they had a graphic on the screen before the match, and he was an 18 quadruple E, and that's the first time that I've ever seen anybody with like quadruple E. And you're a quadruple E?
Yeah, that's more comfortable when they're wider. I've made the mistake of ordering 14s and not getting them wide enough, and it's like ow, 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 and and also like breaking in shoes. That's a myth. You shouldn't have to break in shoes for them to be comfortable. They should be comfortable when you put them on. That's the internet told me that.
Did Snopes
God
tell you
fucking
that?
damn it. Now I gotta look it up. No, it's true though. Like the breaking in shoes, like, yeah, it'll feel good once it conforms to your foot, but it should already be good, which makes sense to me.
I mean, I don't think I've ever bought a pair of shoes that I thought weren't comfortable. Like if I go and try them on and they're not comfortable, I wouldn't buy them.
I bought them and I was like, well, I don't have any other options because like the store I bought. But at the time, my online shoes weren't a thing, so I had to go buy them. And I was like, well, after these blisters heal, this shoe will be real nice on my foot. So
I think ladies have a bigger issue with that than we do, though. Like with their heels and
well, my wife wears a bigger lady size because she's really tall, and she has a hard time finding shoes. Like I think she wears 11s in ladies or something.
Pretty large for ladies. Yeah.
So she has a hard time. Sometimes she'll be like, "Oh, I found the shoes," like at Famous Footwear, or Foot Locker, or wherever I go. So yeah.
So I don't know if I told you there was another development in the greenhouse over this past week.
Oh, all right. Go on.
There was an operation that occurred.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Sirius is no longer intact.
Oh, right. Does he eat a lot now?
No, man. Like, first off, when he was the calmest that I've ever seen him for the 2 days following the surgery, and I attribute that to mostly like the drugs wearing off.
Yeah.
But he was such a lover and a cuddler, and was not any puppy energy whatsoever. Like I figured like the second day he would start getting some of it back.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing. He would just look at me like, Dad, what the fuck did you do to me? So, Sirius is one of our two dogs. We have two dogs, Sirius and Lola. And Sirius, we got through a weird circumstance. Weren't planning on getting another dog, but ended up with another dog. And so we had him neutered. And yeah, but he hasn't pissed on anything or humped anything since we've got him neutered, which is nice because he was
chill.
He is a little bit more chill. Like the second day I started to get worried that he wasn't like having some of that puppy energy come back because I want him to have some of that. Just if we could dial it back,
I've almost died walking up your steps.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times now. He tackles me and I'm like, oh, I'm going to die.
He really hasn't been bad about jumping anymore either.
When John got his cat neutered, he gained a lot of weight. He just was like, yeah. And John was like, I feed him like, okay, I guess, I don't know. He just eats a lot. And like, yeah, now he's like Garfield. He is huge. He's a huge, like, he's just a tiny mountain lion. He's like this big, like,
jeez.
And like, he's really funny because like if he's just sitting there, like his stomach is touching the ground, like the first thing that touches the ground when he moves. Like he's just so big. And
does he have like a bald spot on his stomach just from dragging it on the ground?
Yeah. And John's like, he's just getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, you would too if you got your balls vacuumed out of your butthole.
Oh yeah. So hopefully that keeps him calmed down and not as rambunctious. I mean,
John's cat's a little bit of a princess. He's a little bitchy. You like he'll come up and then you pet him, and then you pet him, and then like on the third one he'll be like, and then he'll just like I'll be like, well, fuck you. So hopefully Sirius doesn't get like that where he's just like I'm bitchy.
No,
but he's cats and dogs.
Yeah, he's still quite the cuddler, and so yeah, we had that going on, and then on top of that, my wife has been sick, and now we have a sick kid. It's been a interesting week and a half in the greenhouse. So
yeah, these illnesses can fuck right off.
Yeah, let me tell you. Did I tell you about the fight that Jess and I got into?
Ooh, all right, no.
So we got into an argument the other night, and she ended up kicking me out of the room for my my bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation.
Oh yeah.
It's okay though. I'll return.
That is really bad. Did I tell you that my mom's been sending me dad jokes?
No.
She sent me 2. She's
she?
like, you could put these on the show. I feel like I should just read both of them.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to read both that my mom sent me. And she watches the show, so she's going to appreciate that, like, that I read them.
If you could keep your sickness down to a minimum over there.
Yeah. Could you,
COVID Kathy over there.
She said, a joke for your Drop Dad podcast. Imodium should change their slogan to give yourself a solid or do yourself a solid. And then randomly on Saturday, she said, "Hey, Kevin, Viagra should be called Everhard." I just get that random text on Saturday at 11 in the morning.
Ooh, okay, I like this game. Better names for products. So I like Viagra Everhard. I think we could do a little better. Like Viagra's slogan should be Chevys, like a rock.
Like a rock. Yeah, people have to write in.
Preparation H. Hemorrhoids are forever.
Why don't you just call it Operation Ass Cream? Wrote that on Austin Powers.
I agree. Preparation H does feel good on the whole. Yeah, so send us some reappropriated slogans or better slogans for everyday companies. Wow, that was tough to get out.
If your erection lasts longer than 4 hours, tell your friends.
Look, ma, no hands.
You know, Viagra was used to treat heart, and then, like heart disease or heart for your heart. And then they were like, "Oh, it has a side effect. We should just turn it into that." So,
and now they're billionaires.
I learned that in my anatomy class. So
it wasn't on the internet.
You can take your Snopes. And
how's your Nigerian prince doing that you're funding?
Well, you know, he's gonna take me over there and make me his bride. One of these days, it's coming.
Fingers crossed.
He said the ticket's in the mail. My ticket to Nigeria. God damn it.
That's funny. My boss is actually going to Africa, not Nigeria, but he's going to be going to Africa here in the next couple months.
It always blows my mind when people are like, "Yeah, I'm going to something." I worked with somebody who was like, "I'm going to China." I'm like, "China? Really? That's interesting." She's like, "Yeah." And then it didn't go into details. I was like, I kind of want to know why. Like, why are you leaving?
Maybe you don't want to know why she's going to China.
Yeah, like she didn't go into it, you know? Like she was just like, and then she got back from China and then she didn't say a word about it. She never was like, I was like, "You didn't bring back like anything cool? You didn't no stories?"
She probably couldn't understand anything anybody was saying. She
probably just went there and like, I don't know, like for business or something. And then anyway,
lame,
whatever.
So, I know you're the big movie buff of the group between the two of us.
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies.
Have you seen Knock at the Cabin yet?
I have not seen that. No. Was it good?
So it has a 67 on Rotten Tomatoes, which indicates that it's an okay movie, not a great movie. I fucking loved it.
Oh, okay.
So the one thing that I will say, and I'm not going to spoil anything, so you're safe to listen. But if you don't want to hear anything about this movie, skip forward. The one thing that I'll say about it is I think it's been marketed as a horror movie. Would you agree? Like anything that you've seen about it?
It looked like it was going to be a horror movie. Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a horror movie. So if you let go of that preconceived notion and just watch it for the story, you're in for a fucking ride, man.
More of a thriller, kind of.
Yeah. It's. I wouldn't say thriller either. It's an intense drama.
Okay.
It has some horror sprinklings, some thriller sprinklings, but it's not what I would consider horror.
It's based on a book. I was thinking about listening to the book.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to a lot of audiobooks because I don't have, like while I'm working, you know, that's how I get through like a lot of books. Like a ton of books. Because I donate to your local library because that's how I'm able to listen to all of them. I don't do Audible or anything like that. I just I downloaded Libby and Hoopla, and you just sign in with your library card, and they tons of like you can get movies, comics, audiobooks and stuff, and that's what I do. So I was thinking about listening to that book.
Yeah, and when you get the chance, I highly recommend it.
I think it's called The Cabin at the End of the World is the name of the book. They changed it for the movie to Knock at the Cabin, but
yeah, I like that title a little bit more than Knock at the Cabin. It's more appropriate.
Yeah.
So I recommend it if you have time. If you, I've been on a kick lately of like watching movies that I haven't seen in or movies that I've wanted to watch.
I think what we should do is we should start doing 2 dad jokes. We'll have one randomly interspersed, just like we just did,
Okay.
and then one to end.
Okay, do you got one to end it?
Oh yeah, I've been. You know how I burned through all mine the other episode?
Mhm.
Well, I have doubled that. Found some good ones.
I had a couple loaded up for today too.
Nice. That was the last one I did. All right. This is the next one on my list.
Okay.
Do you ever think if something bad happens to a Buddhist, he just goes, Buddha coulda woulda.
That's a good one. Yeah. I like that.
Oh yeah, I got 10 more.
Okay.
So building my list of dad jokes. I hear a good one and I just put it on my list.
I got to get better about building my list. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the Drop Dad podcast. Please make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. All the socials will be around the screen. Make sure you follow Kevin and I on Twitter and join our Discord so we can interact with you. I want to give a shout out because we've had some really good people in there. So Jeffrey Reindeer, as always, is in there. With newcomer Burke, and there's somebody else. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Captain America. Those 3 consistently giving us feedback, both on Doom Vision and Drop Dad. We want to say we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate your feedback. We appreciate joking around with you in the Discord. So thanks so much for being a part of that. And if you want to get shouted out on stream, join the Discord and start interacting. There's a good group of people over there. And I mean, Kevin and I usually respond pretty quickly to any message in the Discord.
Oh yeah. I get notifications all the time.
Yeah. And if we're not making fun of each other or talking shit. So, but yeah, please make sure you like, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. We certainly appreciate it. We love doing this show. This one is our laid back and much more relaxed, less preparation.
Yeah, get yourself some slippers.
Yeah, I'll wear slippers for next episode.
Don't you have shark slippers?
I do not have shark slippers.
Oh.
But I need some shark slippers.
Brandon has shark slippers.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, you put your feet in the shark mouth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you love sharks.
I do love sharks.
Yeah, we should have Brandon wear it next time he has to come over and...
We need to invite him back on. I think we just scratched the surface of some of the shit that we should talk about with that guy.
Stepdaddery.
His stepdaddery.
Yeah, hey, I'm sure he's down.
I'm sure too. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.